Now, I am going to do some things with my knobs. Several things I think I'm going to do with the stuff I got in that old house. So, I've got some wire here. And it's 16 gauge rebar tie wire. And I have a ring sizer. But actually, you could use like a dowel rod or anything. And I've done these before. So, I'm just going to start my wire, and then I'm going to twirl it or wrap it around this. I usually have this in my lap to do it. I think I only need to go about 4 times. That's probably good. Okay, then I'm going to cut it off. I'm not sure how long I'm going to want it. Straighten it some. Go like that. And it's going to go down in there. That's too tall. So, still trying to straighten it. Thinking about right about there. And then I just took a piece of cardstock and rolled it and stuck it down in that hole. Because I didn't know how else to get it to stay in place. Okay, I think I got to see which side I want as the front. I think a little bit of the rusty side and with the white paint on it. I got a piece of cardstock sticking up here. I don't like that. There. And then I am going to put some hot glue down in there. And I will have to hold this up there for a bit. Yeah, it's going to stay in place. I'm going to let it dry. And I got that to the wrong side, because I want this piece here to the back. I am kind of having to hold it. If I don't move, maybe it'll be all right. Don't move it. And now what I was going to do with that, I printed out some cards. I printed out Merry and Bright, Christmas, Shepherd, and Joy to the World. And the what do you call these? The library cards or what? I can't remember what they're called. But it needs to be somewhat distressed, just a little bit. So of course, I'm going to get out my distressing ink. And making sure that's staying right. Looks like it's okay. When it dries good, I can kind of bend my wire some, but I'm going to let it dry really good. And then I'm just going to go around the card just to distress it just a little bit. Okay, I'm thinking that looks good. Yeah, that's fine. And I need a wipey. I don't want to leave that ink down there. Okay, is that dry or cooled down? Feels like it is. Let's see, or should I put in a second one? There. I like that. Now, when Christmas is over, I can use this doorknob and put different things in there and for all the seasons, and I'll always be able to use this. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do to that one. I don't want to put any bow or anything on it. I just like it simple. So I can stick a little card in there, whatever I want to put in there. All right, I'm going to put that to the side. And I'm going to get my other doorknob. And, of course, I'm going to put a tree in it because I don't have a doorknob with a tree. And guess what? I had lots of trees. I had a lot of bottle brush trees. I can't find where I put them. I've put them somewhere. So I have this one here. And I don't think I'll need to put anything in the middle because I'll just put the hot glue around that. And that should hold that lightweight tree, I believe, if it doesn't melt all the bottoms off from it, or the stems. And I'm going to hold that for just a little bit. Going to let it go. It's not totally cool. Okay, now I'm trying to decide whether I want to put a bow around that bottom or not. So I'm going to look at it for a little bit and grab some material out and kind of see what I want to do. Now, I had two of these. These are smaller than normal of your fan-like covers. They're normally a little taller, a little bigger. And I found two of these laying on the floor there in that house. And I picked those up, and I'm going to make a bell with it, of course. And this is a spindle that I already had. And it just kind of fit in there perfectly. Well, it's a little wobbly, but when I glue it, it'll be fine. But to start with, I want to get it ready to put, the hanger in the middle. So I'm just kind of guesstimating the center. Probably a little more. I started a little hole, and I found a little hook here, and I'm going to put that in there. Yeah, I'm not quite in the center, but it's all right. To get something to twist that on in there with. Oh, I guess I got a little carried away. Snap that off. Now, I'm going to drill another hole. I think I went a little further down in there. And I won't go all the way next time. I wonder if I could just glue that in there. Yep, I bet I could. Actually, yeah. I think I can. I'm going to put a little glue and just glue it down in there. Because it's not like it's going to be ring. The bell's just going to be sitting. Okay, I need to straighten it up. Okay. And I'm going to put some hot glue around that, and I'm going to let it set. Because I'm not ready for it right now anyway. I just wanted to get it done, so when I was ready to put it on there, it would be ready. And I have a little bell, and I have some kind of leather looking string that I've got at the, it's not string, but I've got that at the thrift store a long time ago, just in case I needed it. And then I'll thread that through there and cut it off the length I want it, and I'll have my bell part. I'll set that aside for right now. And with that, I am going to paint the globe. I'm going to paint it black. And I know, yeah, there it is. I was going to say, I know I had a brush ready. And I'm just using Waverly ink color because it covers good and stays on good. And I'll just give this a coat of this and let it dry. If it needs a second coat, I'll give it a second coat. Well, I have it black, but I've changed my mind. I want to go red. I should have went red to start with. Because I know now I will have to give it 2 coats. I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. The black wasn't doing it for me. So I thought, well, let's go red. Well, it's dry now, and I went ahead and put that on. And I don't know if my mojo's gone or what today, but I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do with it. But I do have some, it's called Metallic Glaze. And I got it at Hobby Lobby buku years ago. It was marked down to $2.87, which is regularly $7.99. It's probably about $20 now if you'd buy it. So anyways, I'm going to see what I can come up with. Boy, it has a hair in it. And I'm sure it's one of mine. Okay. Just kind of wiping it. I wonder if I should use a towel. Scared to do this. It's not really catching in the middle. Oh, there it did. Just got to push a little harder. Okay, I do want a little heavier around the edge. Where it's kind of fluted. And around the top. All right, glued the handle on, and I've put just a piece of material around there. Now I made a bow, but I'm not sure I like the bow. I mean, it matches with it, but I just don't know. I'm just not feeling it. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go with some greenery. I'm thinking. I just don't know. Maybe greenery, and then just put a bell and some pine, maybe a pine cone on there. Okay. I'm going to fiddle with it some more. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is these 3 spindles. It shouldn't be real eventful, because there's not a lot you can do to them, I don't think. Anyways, I've already drilled a hole, and I had some little small gold screw-in eyes, and I've done those, and I sanded them down where they were chipping pretty bad. It was coming off, so I sanded down what was coming off, the paint. And now I'm going to use this olive green, and I'm going to paint one the olive green, and one a cardinal red, and one a straw by Ceramcoat. This folk art, and this, I don't know, maybe Hobby Lobby Crafters Collection, I'm not sure. So I'm going to start by painting them all up. Ooh, that's a pretty color green. I love that green. And we'll see where I go from there. Okay, I've sanded this one a little bit, and I'm going to sand the other two. As you can see, some of the blue has came back through. You know, some of these I could tell when I was sanding on them. Some at the underneath the blue there was red, but not very much that you could see. There's some hints of red right there. I'm going to sand these back like that, and then I'm going to get my clear wax and go over them with clear wax. All right, I did take my wax and go over each one of them, and I think it made them look a lot better. Really did. And I have some tags here. I had some paper tags that I had cut out, and then I had some wood tags, but I've decided to go with the wood tags. I have them. I'm going to use them. And two of them I done with the antique white, and then one of them was a watered down, this green. I kind of watered it down, olive green, and put that on there. So I am going to use some of the stamps that I got off of Amazon and put something on them. Trying to see. There's a Merry Christmas. That I've used that one. That will work. I got whatever it is. I got to make sure it fits. Trying to see if that would. If I turn it a little bit. Nope, that one doesn't fit. Noel. That Noel would fit. Yep. Well, would my Merry Christmas? Yes. And I need one more different one. Okay, that one will fit. That's Believe. So, I'll use those. Now, I'll get my stamp pad here. What is the problem with me? Those I have not used, so I need some paper. Okay. Merry Christmas. I guess it doesn't matter what goes on what. Oh. Okay, that looks good. Set that aside. Okay, now I'll do Believe. I'm upside down, but I couldn't tell before I put the ink on it. I like to stamp it, just make sure how it's going to turn out. All right, that's looking okay. Alrighty. Now, where'd the green one go? Oh, it was underneath there. And see, was that the Merry Christmas? That was the Merry Christmas. That was the Believe. I was going to do the Noel. I thought there was something else. I guess not, because I have it out. And it's upside down. Okay, that's stamping good. All right, I have those done with that. Now I'm going to distress them a little bit. Put my stamp there. And I'm using the Distress ink in Walnut. All right, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to finish doing these and then try to figure out what I'm going to put up here and how I'm going to hang these off. And I don't think I'm going to do anything else but hang these off and put a hanger on them. Okay, I have one more to put on the little tag on. And I use jute to go around up here, and then this little thin thread to tie this on. I think those are turning out pretty cute. They'll look cute hanging off the tree. So I'm going to finish this one up with the Merry Christmas, and I'll be done. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next one, we'll see you later.